All right, let's take a look at what we want to do next. So let's make another polycube. Drop that in the scene. Like normal, I'm going to hold D and V as in Victor and put my pivot at the bottom. And then let's hold V as in Victor and let's just snap. I just grab the middle and I'm just snapping it to the top of that wall, so to speak. And I'm going to push it down and let's scale it up a bit. And let's assign to this the shader with the statues. So we should have our transparent shader, our backing shader, and then our Proj Cam one. So I'm going to right click on that and graph that one. So that one is our Proj Cam one shader. And I'm going to middle mouse drag that onto the cube. And I think that looks good. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to come to my Proj Cam 1. Looks like, and these additional Proj Cams, these were created as duplicates of Proj Cam 1 when we were duplicating those shader networks. They actually duplicated the camera, so we don't really need to change much about those. It's actually duplicated all those settings too, which not a big deal. We're never going to really use those, but yeah. I'm going to zero some of this out. Put that back on 1. Okay. So I want to grab that cube. And I want to push it around to where I think that building is. And let's scale it up. And scale it out. Okay. Maybe something around there. And now let's go back to our main perspective camera. And actually, I think it needs to go back further as I'm looking at it from this angle. Because here's the bridge, these little hole things. I think that's kind of back more closer to like where this is, and maybe even back a little bit further. So I'm going to push this back even further behind some of this and then push it over, and then let's scale it up again. All right, good. And that's just kind of an educated guess, but yeah, we'll try to make all this work as best we can. And actually, we're running into our plane again, so let's open up Proj Cam 1. And I'm going to click on this image plane 1 and image plane 2, and I'm going to hide those. And then I'm going to click back on image plane 1, and I'm going to go to that depth, and I'm going to put that to, let's do 600. Okay. And by the way you hide things or unhide them is you just click H. H hides or unhides. So again, these image planes were duplicated when the other projection cameras got duplicated. So, all right, cool. So click back on this. Try to make, come to this space. Okay. And let's turn this a little bit. And let's push it back a bit. And then let's go to, let's go to our edge mode. So right click and go to edge mode. And I'm just going to push that. Let's see kind of what's going on in that picture. So it looks like there's actually another little building, like a building here, and then like another little piece of something down here. So let's try to grab all of that. And then let's go to edge mode and pull that up. Now, as you can see, like I'm getting to where I can see the back side again of this cube, and I don't necessarily want that. So I'm going to delete some of these faces. So I'm going to right click. I'm going to select the back side of that face and click delete. Click there, delete. We can delete the bottom face. We can probably also delete that top face. So kind of similar to what we did for those statues. All right, cool. And actually, I might change, as I'm thinking about it, the projection that's on that, because I don't want the one that has the statue on it. So I might change that here in a second. And actually, as I'm looking at this has transparency on the edges. So that might actually work. Let's go to edge mode. But we don't want that. So let's go ahead and switch up that shader though, because if that's going to cause us issue with the transparencies, we might just want to go ahead and fix that now. So let's go right click and go back to object mode, and let's go back to our shader. And so we don't want the ProjCam 1 shader, we want the ProjCam 1 backing. So let's right click and assign material to selection. And let's see how that's looking. Yeah, I think that's looking okay. But as you can see, it does not have transparency in this, so we're going to need to get these a little closer. So we'll do that. And then let's also come to our multi-cut tool. And let's hold control down and drop that there. And then maybe we can drop another one there. And then we'll grab, right click and go to vertex, and then we can grab that vertex and pull that out of it. Let me see kind of what we got going on. So we also have some trim there that we want to capture. Okay, go back to our multi-cut tool. So we'll drop that there. Drop that on the trim. And then maybe another one there. I'm just holding control down. So then I'm just grabbing that arrow and just pushing that out a bit. Looks like we might want to pull that in a bit. So control, click with that multi-cut tool and then pull that in a bit. Okay. And pull that in a bit. Let's get that multi-cut tool again. Let me push all this out so I can see a little better what's going on. So let's pull that up and back, and then that like that. Maybe something like that. And again, a lot of this is just judgment call, right? You're just kind of just trying to push something into place that looks like it's capturing all the information you want to capture. Cool. And so then we will also want to cut out some information. So I don't want this little back wall. I want to hug this building, and hug that building. So we need to hold control down there. Let's see what we can see. And pull that there. I'm using these little planes to kind of try to make that work without pushing them off in a different space. Okay. I might actually delete some of these faces too, so let's shift select some of this and delete some of that. Okay, back to our multi-cut tool. Let's right click, go back to object mode, and then back to the multi-cut tool. Let's hold control down, put that there, maybe another one there. Right click, go back to vertex mode. It's just the same type of stuff we've been doing. And I'm just going to kind of look at that building again. And actually, you know what? Let's not try to keep that. I think that's just some junk of that other building. Okay. Let's hold control down. And I'm trying to see what I click right there. And then let's go to face mode, and I'm going to delete that little section. Okay. Right click. And again, it's just, there's no like super like this is how you always do it. It's like you can just delete things and you're just pushing and pulling vertices as you see fit. Okay. And let's drop in some edge loops, because I think we'll do some pushing and pulling through here. Okay. I think that needs to go there a bit. There a bit. Oops. So I'm just kind of pushing those and then seeing what it looks like. That needs to come in. Yep. So I think something like that is going to work quite well. Okay. We still need to get this little piece right here. This little piece that comes up, and then there's also a bit of roof. So let's do this. Let's create another cube. And this is the nice thing with like projection type work is you don't have to model everything as one piece. You can create multiple pieces to do the same to make what you need. So same stuff. D as in dog, V as in Victor. Let's snap that to the bottom, and then I'm also going to snap it to the front so that our pivot is right there. Then I'm going to hold D as in, or not D as in dog, I'm just going to hold just V as in Victor, and I'm going to go snap it to that cube, and then I'm going to click F to frame in on this. And then I'm going to come to my hypershade, and we want to again assign this projection cam 1 backing. Actually, yeah, I think we'll need it. Actually, I don't know that we will. Let's try the Proj Cam 1 and not the backing, because it might be nice to be able to have some of the transparency stuff that was set up on the other one. Cool. Now, if we get in the way of that statue, it will pick that up. So let's see if we can avoid that. So here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold B as in Victor, snap that to the edge, and grab this face, pull that over, looks like we're off here. So let's grab this and rotate it a bit. Move it forward. And over. So it does look like we're running into that. Some of that statue. So we are going to have to assign the other shader. Okay, so we'll do the come with that cube selected. We'll come to Proj Cam 1 and backing, right click and assign material to that selection. All right, we'll click edge, pull that down. Actually, we can pull that down quite a bit. And yeah, just trying to see where I want that to end. So I want to pull the roof back, so I don't want to try to get it like that. So I can see that the roof kind of starts going back at that corner, so I'm going to just try to get the edge right there. Okay, go to face, and pull that up until we reach that tip. And I think that's looking okay. Just right click and let's go to edge. Let's pull that over because I can see a little bit of roof right here. And then I'm going to pull that down to kind of match that. And then I'm going to pull, actually let's do Control Z. We need some edge loops on this to hold that. So I'm going to hold Control and put an edge loop there. Now go back to my move tool and that will drop that. Okay, looks like we'll need another edge loop. Right click in object mode, multi-cut tool. Okay, try that again. Multi-cut tool, there we go. And W, right click and edge, and now we'll pull that right there. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab this edge and pull that back. And I'm kind of referencing that image because sometimes it's hard to tell exactly what's happening here. So I just want to pull that to the edge of the roof there. And it doesn't go over that full, so yeah. All right, so we're going to do something like that. Let's go to vertex mode. Grab that vertex. Pull that down. Let's delete some of these faces again. So right click, delete some of this back stuff. And the other nice thing about this is it's just less stuff to have to like try to manage. And technically, I think the way this is working is that roof is actually kind of behind there. So let's do this. Let's pull that down to match here. And then pull that down to match kind of there. Okay. So again, this doesn't have to be like super clean or anything for projection type work. It just has to live in a place that it can kind of capture that in 3D. All right, cool. So let's kind of get back to that around where that camera is, and we'll click F. Kind of frame things up. And now, if we did like an actual camera move through here, I think you can see how we're starting to get some like nice 3D scene type movements, and things are starting to feel like they're in 3D. Okay, cool. So let's create this building, and I might actually just kind of fast forward this part and then pick up on the creating the cards for the rest of it. Just because I think you get a gist of how this is working now, and it's just about working it at this point. So I'm going to create this final building, and we're going to go from there.